It's Jimmy Johnson's crew chief, Chad Knaus, who's with us now live on SportsCenter. The only crew chief to win 5 consecutive championships, 51 victories as Jimmy Johnson's crew chief. Chad, last year ended with yet another championship, but it wasn't easy. How did that 5th one compare to the others?
It was definitely difficult for sure. Obviously, we didn't have necessarily the speed that we wanted towards the end of the season, but we were functioning well as a team. So the confidence was high. We felt like that we could race with those guys, and going into Homestead, we felt like we had a good opportunity to go out there and make something happen, and fortunately we did. So it was a lot of fun. It was a unique environment for us to be in, and it was actually enjoyable. It was a lot of fun racing with those guys.
Actually, NASCAR certainly enjoyed it too. They want to see it happen more often, that tight finish where it's down to the last race really is for all the marbles. And in doing so, it's instituted this points changes for the upcoming season. Now some are arguing this is done simply to bring the field closer to your team. What's your take?
I think it's going to tighten it up for sure as far as everybody's concerned. I think the cream will always rise to the top, just like everybody always says, but I think that you're going to see less of a separation, let's say from 8th to 16th in points. You're not going to be able to get out there and have a handful of bad races and then combat that with a bunch of top 5s and get those points back. It's going to be really difficult to build and accumulate a lot of points unless you're running consistently in the top 10. If you're able to do that, I don't think it's going to have a big impact on anything, if at all. So I feel like that if we're able to go out there and establish the foundation and points that we need, hopefully make the chase, and get out there and start battling for the championship, I think that we'll have a shot at it. But first and foremost, we just have to get out there and try to make the chase.
Is there a sense in your garage that NASCAR's almost, like tiger-proofed the golf course? I mean, they're trying to not hold you back, but help the others catch up to you.
Well, I think you could say that, but we were successful as a group and as a team with the old point system, where it was just cumulative points throughout the course of 36 races. We battled for the championship underneath that format as well. So I feel like that no matter what the format is, that we'll have an opportunity to get out there and do that. I think that obviously NASCAR wants it to be an exciting show, and we want it to be an exciting show for the fans as well. We're just going to do everything in our power to make sure that we're there battling for it.
Jimmy Johnson, as I mentioned, won the Daytona 500 in '06, but you were suspended for that race, so you've never personally claimed the 500. What would it mean to you 2 weeks from now?
Obviously, I want to win that race. It's the Super Bowl of our sport, as people call it. It's a lot of fun. But even though I wasn't there, I feel like that I'm a big part of this team. And in that right, I was there with those guys. Those were my guys and my team, and that's how we approach it. We approach it as a group effort. So even though I wasn't there actually hands-on with the race car, I was there in spirit, and I was there with my guys. So to be able to go out there and win it and hold the trophy would be fantastic. But I can promise you, it's not the biggest thing on my list. The biggest thing on my list is just going out there and trying to establish a good points base and get right through the meat of the season.
For the 6-peat. Chad Knaus of Hendrick Motorsports, thanks so much for joining us on SportsCenter. And here's a look at the Speed Week schedule for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Daytona. February 12th, the Budweiser Shootout, qualifying for the front row the following day. The 17th will determine the rest of the field, the Gatorade Duel, and then on the 20th, the Great American Race, of course, Daytona 500.